I currently own 66 items in my minimalist wardrobe. 33 clothing pieces, 8 underwear, 8 jewelry, 7 accessories, 6 shoes and 4 bags. But even with this small number, I'm perfectly styled for every occasion. And that's why in today's video, I'll show you every single piece I own and share the system that keeps my wardrobe minimal yet complete. Let's start with the heart of my wardrobe, my 33 clothing items. While you see them on screen, I want to take you back to the time before I had this system. Because back then, my wardrobe, it was pure confusion. But I also kept shopping, but still never really felt satisfied. And that's why I decided to fix the number of items, 33 for clothing and 66 in total, and then stick to one simple rule, one in and one out. And this changed everything for me, because now every time I shop, I ask myself, is this really better than what I already have? And what would I give up for it? Later in this video, I'll show you exactly how I turn these 33 pieces into outfits for every occasion. Now let's move on to the base layer of my wardrobe, the underwear. I own very little underwear pieces, that means I have to hand wash them a lot. Therefore, they need to be quick dry. The problem is, quick dry fabrics are often synthetic, but since I wear them closest to my body, I only want natural materials. Here are the fabrics that meet both requirements: modal, bamboo, cotton, tencel lyocell and merino. My minimalist jewelry collection consists of 8 pieces. 6 of them I wear every day, but sometimes that feels a bit too plain. And that's why I have 2 pairs of earrings that can make my look appear either more glamorous or dramatic. The category accessories include 7 pieces, and those are just more functional things that don't really fit anywhere else, like my scrunchies, sunglasses, a bikini or my hats. Shoes are special to me. They can completely elevate a look, but they take up a lot of space, both at home and especially when traveling. And that's why I limit myself to 6 pairs. Every pair has to be versatile, stylish, but most importantly comfortable, because I walk a lot. I recently decluttered my bags down to just 4. For me, practicality always comes first, but I also love how a bag can instantly add some glamour to a look. It took me a while to figure out how to cover all my needs with only 4 pieces, but my current collection does exactly that. Now let's see how I actually turn these pieces into minimalist outfits for every occasion. I love wearing the same thing every day to reduce decision fatigue. Since most of my days are spent working remotely, walking IV or running errands, I stick to a comfy uniform. Leggings, a tank, a sweatshirt, sneakers and my Uniqlo bag. I have 2 versions of this uniform. But what if something unexpected comes up? A networking event, a catch up with friends, or a last minute dinner invitation? That's why I built my uniform to be expandable. For a meeting, I add a shirt and my boots. For a girls' catch up, I'll go with the Uggs and the cardigan. My uniform is great, but sometimes I do need to wear something else. For example, if I go hiking or I go out in colder weather, I'll add a pair of jeans. If I need a more polished look, I'd wear my wool or cord trousers and wear a proper sweater instead of a sweatshirt. For cold weather, I have a pair of ski trousers and my very warm jacket. If the temperature gets hotter, I have some shorts and skirts and some tops that I can then simply mix and match. I also have one gym outfit, not more, because worst case, I can also use my uniform as gym clothes. Now that you got inspired from my minimalist wardrobe, let's talk about how you can create your own. This is the exact system I used to downsize my wardrobe and keep it minimalist while improving it step by step. In order to explain you this concept, I want you guys to imagine that you would open up your own clothing store. If you know a little bit about business, you know that you wouldn't start with just renting a store or buying random clothes, but you would think about your customer first. Who is she? What activities does she do? And what's her preferences? And that's what we also do first when we create our minimalist wardrobe. Take a journal and start to write down everything about you. Get very specific and most importantly, very emotional. What do you do? What annoys you about your clothes while doing that? What do you love about your clothes? And how do you actually want to feel? Second, we can now think about renting a store. But we can't just go out and rent any store we want, right? Therefore, we need to see what is in our budget. Your budget is the space you have available or you want to devote to your clothes in your home. The amount of clothes you should own should fit in there, and not in a very tight way, but in a comfortable way. In this step, you can also set a goal number you want to own, but that's optional. You can also just use the space as a limit. Get very specific, like you would design your minimalist clothes shop. Where do you want to put the pants, where the shirts, how many hangers can you put in so it still looks nice, etc. Alright, now that we have the setup, let's go to the stockroom in our shop. In your case, that's the clothes you have. But now you maybe realize all the inventory won't fit in the store. So you start to sort through it, pick the best items and assemble it in your wardrobe. The rest of the items you pack away, and if you see over time that some items get ignored by the customers, which is you not wearing the item, you can swap it out later. Step 1 is done. Your shop is ready, or in your case, your minimalist wardrobe. Wear it and have fun. Now, your shop has been running for a while and it's going well, but your customers have very specific demands and you can't quite get your hand on clothing that suits their needs. Therefore, you decide to start your own collection. You learn more about fabrics, materials, you maybe create a color palette, think about how different cuts go together and what other features your customer wants. This represents the step when you start to elevate your minimalist wardrobe. You curate your personal style and you learn to shop for your needs. Try to put together a little concept with colors, fabric, cuts, etc. so you know what to shop for. But with this concept, we don't just go out and shop again. No. Think back to your clothing store and the collection you want to create. What comes first? Sampling. Because theories are good and all, but you won't know if you truly like the items if you didn't wear them. But how do we do the sampling in real life? We go to clothing stores and try it on. Not once and then buy it instantly. No, I had to learn to go to clothing stores just as an experiment to learn more about myself, my style, without buying anything. Even if you like an item, it won't go anywhere. Wait and see if there is better items out there. Let it rest a bit in your head. Is it really so life-changing, or do you already have something similar? Just always think back to the one in and one out rule. Am I willing to give away one of the pieces I already own? If you tackle your wardrobe this way, it gets better and better with every season and still stays minimalistic. It's not gonna expand, clutter up, etc. It's just gonna get better and better. And that's it. I hope this was inspiring for you guys to see. I see you guys in the next one. Bye!